Is Funko taking the fun out of the fun company? But before we get into this, let's talk about the channel membership. Down in the description below will be a link to the channel membership. It's a really super cool, fun way to get involved with the channel, especially on the lives. You'll get this really cool icon that'll go beside your name, that'll change every month, and then every few months, and then every year, and you get these really cool emojis you'll get to drop into Super Chat. So when you have a free second, make sure you go check that out. Damn! Now hear me out. Hear me out. Is Funko taking the fun out of the fun company? And I'm going to talk about two topics today when we're talking about this. We're going to talk about their blind drops, and we're going to talk about their new NFT that Brian, I can't really think of his name. What's his name? Brian Mariotti, whatever. Mariotti is what I think it is. Brian Mariotti. So, the blind drops, right, remind me a lot of, do you remember that when you would watch TV programs, and some of us even still do it today, we'll watch like The Mandalorian, we'll watch the WandaVision, and we will anticipate every episode coming up to that, right? I mean, we'll anticipate every single one of them, all the way up until the drop, the new one, right? So they'll drop the new one, we make sure we're there, we're watching it at the same time with our family or friends, whoever it is that we're watching it with. That's kind of what Funko used to do with their releases, right? So they would release this, I want to say it was Wednesday, I can't really remember off the top of my head. I want to say it was Wednesday, they would release their drop, it would be at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, and we knew that we would get on the internet and we would try and get that exclusive if we wanted that exclusive on that day, on that time. It was an anticipation, right? An anticipation. We anticipated it being there. Right? So that no longer happens. Now they drop them in and out whenever they'd like to drop them in and out. Sometimes they don't even announce when it's dropping. They just kind of drop it, and then here recently they drop it and then take it off the site and then put it back on the site, and they are putting items that they know themselves would never sell otherwise. So I ask you the question, is Funko taking the fun out of the fun company? Throw a comment down below and let me know if that's something that you want to talk about, because I want to hear what you have to say. I want to know what you have to say. Tell me down in the description, do you feel like they're taking the fun out of the fun company with that? Because I totally feel like they are. I feel that they've taken the fun out of the fun company. They're only putting drops in there that they know would not otherwise sell. They're also only putting limited numbers on items that they know would not otherwise sell. Now, I think that that's very sneaky on Funko's parts, very deceptive, and I don't think that that's going to work out for them in the long run. Now, because we're getting out of the whole pandemic and we're starting to slowly go back to normal, there's still a whole lot of us that are on the internet. So I think that right now they're capitalizing on that, but I feel like that's going to go away after a while. Now let's talk NFTs. Let's talk NFTs. NFTs are not anything new, and I'm going to explain what NFTs are very simply. So here recently, Brian Mariotti, I hope I said that right, the CEO of Funko, announced that Funko will be getting into NFTs. I keep wanting to go to NFS because that's, anyways, different conversation. So he just recently announced that they're going to be going to an NFT on some of their products, and
eternity later, 3 days later, 12 seconds later.
This is something that has hit really hard this year, but it's not something that's new to the market. So NFTs, I keep wanting to, you hear me? So the NFT is nothing new, and I'm going to explain them in such an easy way that you're going to say, oh man, that's what an NFT is. So an NFT has been around since Minecraft. An NFT has been around in Pokemon. It's basically electronic items or electronic things in a game that you physically own and can sell outside the game for tangible stuff. So it's an intangible item that you can sell outside of the game for a tangible item, right? So basically, if I had a sword in Minecraft, or Minecraft, I guess I said that right, Minecraft, World of Warcraft, whatever, World of Warcraft is where we would have first seen it. So let's say that I had a sword in there, right? my sword in World of Warcraft that only there's 1,000 of them, and I have one of the 1,000, and I sell it on eBay for $100. Somebody buys mine. I send them that code. I no longer own that code. They now own that code. So I can't no longer access it on my game, but they can, right? So that's basically the start of what I want to say is the NFT. That was kind of the beginnings of the NFT. Now it's kind of on a cryptocurrency, and I know a little bit about cryptocurrency. It's kind of loosely on a blockchain theory, but they're notoriously ate up with corruption, not necessarily on the blockchain, but they're eat up with money laundering, drug transactions. There's all kinds of things that those are used for outside of just trading and selling things, right? It's a huge money laundering thing. It always has been. It always will be. And the fact that Funko is getting into it is it's kind of strange that they're getting into it. I understand what they're doing, but I don't really understand why they're doing it or what the allure is for them, other than to what I said at the beginning of this, to take the fun out of the fun company. Because then it no longer becomes about the item in hand, and it becomes how much is this piece of electronic blockchain worth, right? And it's loosely built on a blockchain, not really on the blockchain, but it's loosely built on a blockchain and can kind of be verified on a blockchain, but that's neither here nor there. Just remember that it's just like in Pokemon, where I got this Pokemon character. There's only 500 of them. I sell that Pokemon character to somebody else, and now they have my NFT that I sold them. I no longer own, right? So just think of it that way, and that's what it is. And Funko says that they're going to be tying some of their items to it, and you'll be able to get their exclusives, and they're going to bring a whole new dynamic to it that we've never seen. I don't really know. I know that this year it's blown up really big. I know that it's going to continue to blow up. I can only imagine that there's going to be a lot of other companies that are going to capitalize on this. I mean, Nintendo's been capitalizing on it forever. Pokemon's been capitalizing on it forever. World of Warcraft and Minecraft, and all of these companies have been capitalizing on this forever. And it reminds me a lot of Ready Player One, right? So in Ready Player One, you all of these people lived in their trailer parks, and they weren't in shape, and they weren't taking care of themselves outside of the digital world. But in the digital world, they had all these really cool stuff that they didn't have outside. They had the six-pack abs. They lived in mansions, and that's what this reminds me of, and that's how it feels that we're moving closer and closer to a digital world than we are at this moment. In a lot of ways, that's extremely scary. In other ways, it's pretty cool when you think about like where we are going and how things are progressing in life. If you are still here, this is now the universe telling you that it's time to hit that subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications. Go ahead and ring that bell real quick. And remember, there is no Wayneko crew without you. I truly appreciate you watching. And hey, if you have any comments or any questions, throw them down in the description below. I'll be happy to answer whatever it is I can answer. Have a good one, guys.